Okay guys, Bitcoin, it is happening. Yes, this is the title of the video and it is very true because we need to expect a next big volatile breakout for Bitcoin to actually happen within the very near future. Guys, I can already tell you we are not only going to take a look at the charts, we are also going to take a look at our liquidation levels and our liquidation heat map to find out what we can expect next from the Bitcoin price within the next couple of hours, days and week. I will tell you a new trade that I am about to open as well. But first of all, I would always appreciate it if you would smash up a like here on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and also leave a comment down below. This is always much appreciated and I always try as soon as I see your comments to leave a like and leave a heart for you guys that are supporting this channel over here. Besides this, before we now jump into the charts, before I tell you about my new trade setup and what to expect from the Bitcoin price in the immediate future, guys, please join our community. It is completely for free. I put the Discord link at the very top of the video description. It's completely free to join. You just need to verify yourself through cryptomo.io so that we don't have any bots and we can do the leaderboard price tracking and so on. Because in the community, for example, if you're part of it, we also have $35,000 in monthly leaderboard prices for our active traders in the community. And besides that, I mean, people are sharing their opinions here. I mean, the German community on the exchange is on the Discord is already very strong. Guys, the English community is still a little bit slow at the moment. So guys, make sure you join, you become part of it, and there you have it, guys. It's all for free. You just get additional input from myself, from the team, from people answering questions if you have any. You can share your chart ideas. This is the most important thing, I think, sharing chart ideas with other people so that everyone gets to see all the different opinions that traders have right now in the market. This was always such a big advantage for me doing YouTube. I just had a broad overview of what all of my viewers, all of the traders were doing in the markets, which why I was able actually to use this information to my advantage as well. So I created the Discord so that people can finally share their opinions amongst each other, even if they are sometimes completely different. It's important because sometimes you have a biased opinion and this should definitely help to get in the other point of view on the charts or from a different trader with a different strategy, with a different risk management. Now guys, let's jump into the charts and I will let you know exactly what we need to expect next. Maybe you guys can remember when I uploaded my last video, I already was talking about here these 4 hourly candles actually signaling us that we will fall lower. Maybe you guys can remember. We also fell lower. We retested the $25,000 level almost again. And the question on the bigger time frames is, what do we need to expect? What is really going to happen here next for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency prices? And I want to make the comparison once again here on the weekly time frame between our current scenario and the one in 2019, because this was the only reason why I predicted already that we would see this drop down to the $25,000 in advance in my previous videos just over the last couple of weeks. I was one of the people that was bearish, while a lot of other people were thinking that the $31,000 to $32,000 support resistance would break to the upside and we would really jump into this next bull run, because the similarity is just too good to be true, more or less, right? We have the same bottom formation. We have an ascending triangle. We saw here we have an ascending triangle as the bottom formation. On the weekly, it's not so greatly visible, but on the daily, it's more visible. Then we form a beautiful rising broadening wedge. We also form here a beautiful rising broadening wedge. Yes, the market was much lower in 2019. The volatility was much lower. That's why we were still able to see such rapid growth in Bitcoin. Now the market is bigger. There's a lot more money in it. The asset class itself is just much more accepted by retail investors. So this is why price movements also start to slow down a little bit more and volatility decreases. That's why our percentage run up from our last all-time high to our new all-time high in 2022 was much lower percentage wise than our run up. This chart doesn't go back enough from Coinbase, but to see our 2014-2013 bull run high to the high that we saw in 2018, in the end of 2017, sorry, in December. So what do we need to expect afterwards? We see this massive run up. Yes, we see a beautiful ascending triangle, guys. And it actually fails. We break it to the downside. We see a retest, right? We break out of the broadening wedge. We break out of this ascending triangle. We retest it. We see a quick wick back inside of it, trapping a few long positions in here. And then we see our final sell-off that I mean, with the Corona dump all the way down to the $3,800 level. I mean, this definitely was a black swan event, but in general, there was some bearish momentum coming in afterwards, back down to significant volume price levels, right? We overshot. Let me show you this with the VPVR quickly. We overshot pretty much here this volume area, right? We broke out of it pretty much to the upside. It was actually only a trap. We fell below and we really retested the bottom area of this very large volume traded area coming from our 2018 bear market consolidation before we saw our final dip, right? This volume area, we used it as support, and I think without Corona, this would have been our bottom then, our second bottom pretty much for our 2019 bear market recovery start. So what is happening right now? And yes, guys, you will be surprised. It's actually very similar. We are seeing a rising broadening wedge. We are seeing an ascending triangle. Yes, this line here up here, you could redraw it a little bit, that it's a little bit more fitting the ascending broadening, ascending triangle narrative. But you can also draw it like this. Then it's a rising wedge. Then it's not even a bullish pattern, but it's a bearish one. But this just depends a little bit on how you draw this line. Actually, it doesn't really mean all too much. But in general, you can see what the price is doing on the weekly time frame. We saw a rising broadening wedge. As we predicted, we broke out of it. With the breakout out of the rising broadening wedge, we are also breaking out of our ascending triangle to the downside. We have now very important $25,000 level support below us. So I'm actually expecting that our next weekly candle might wick, as we saw it in the past with the retest, that we might wick back into this ascending triangle with one single wick, but the actual candle closes more or less very bearish. Now I get a call. Closes very bearish here on the weekly time frame, and then we can continue our way down actually with the week afterwards. This would be a bearish scenario. This would also mean that I'm opening a short hedge position where once this weekly candle gets sold back below this ascending support line here, this would be a clear sign for me to open a hedge short position. This would be a clear sign for me as soon as we break the $25,000 level to scale up this original new short position, right, on the way to the downside, and take advantage of the potential drop then coming, as in 2019, back to our next relevant volume traded area in that bear market. And this volume traded area, look at that, it is exactly the $19,000 to $20,000 level. And this is also the price target that we would be expecting here actually, as you can see over here, $19,000 to $20,000, when this then completed and confirmed large M pattern on the weekly pattern would break down. So again, it's very, very similar. It's a little bit different, or it's actually very different, but in the core, it's actually completely similar to what has happened in 2019. And that's why I expect this big second volume weighted area to be retested once again, potentially, depending on here what our weekly candles do. But nevertheless, guys, everything below $25,000, even if I'm going to short here, guys, I will, on the way down to the $19,000 to $20,000, I will start realizing profits in this area of this short position. And in this area, in my opinion, first of all, if you have opened, just like we have, if you follow my channel for long enough, swing long positions sub the $20,000 level. Maybe you guys can remember, I told you for all of this time, everything below $20,000 is an absolute low leverage long for me, 3 to 5x leverage. And I also said for ages that $16,000 to $14,000 was our bottom. That's why with 5 to 3x leverage with a little bit scale up capital available, it was so clear that if you expect the bottom to latest to come in between $16,000 and $14,000, that everything below $20,000 is a great long. And now we have a similar scenario. This prepared us. I'm getting a call again. This prepared us, right? Opening these long positions sub 20,000, it prepared us to take profits over here for our massive short scalp. It prepared us to take profits over here for our massive free short scalp. It prepared us to take profits over here. We had short scalps open. Sadly, here on the final breakdown, I actually missed out on this short move over here. But at least the last short moves we really took advantage of very beautifully. So this is, again, if you were not in the market, when you were not watching my videos, when you were full of fear maybe through whatever you were doing at the time, definitely not watching my videos, that's for sure. if you want to have a similar opportunity now, I think the sub $25,000 with the 3 to 5x leverage long is an amazing opportunity once again. So keep that in mind. Overall, I'm very bullish. Overall, I'm expecting a relatively quick bull run reversal after we retest this $19,000 to $20,000 area, right? Much quicker potentially even than I drew it here in the charts. So yeah, this is just like pure speculation over here, right? This is not based on anything. But here, guys, I definitely expect that we will fall lower, especially if we pump with the weekly candle upwards and get sold off below. Why am I saying, by the way, that I could expect us seeing only a quick wick inside of this and then getting sold off again? Because I think that next week it's possible, especially with this support we have below us. A lot of people with this weekly candle will assume that we are seeing a successful bounce of the weekly candle if our next weekly candle starts off bullish. And we have a lot of liquidation levels, guys. No matter what exchanges we look at, a lot of new short liquidation levels have appeared above our current price levels, all the way up to the $27,300 level approximately on all exchanges. We can also see that here we still have we have two very strong liquidation levels, new liquidation levels on the smaller time frames above or around the 26,500 and around the $27,000 to $27,200 level. So for the market makers and the exchanges, it might be highly interesting to quickly wick out these new short positions here with a quick wick, trap a few more long positions that actually then think that this here is the bounce, get it sold off, get a bearish confirmation with the weekly close in, and then rapidly continue dumping. This is something that I could imagine, and that's why I would definitely open up a short position as soon as we see a wick inside here and a sell-off on the weekly candle once again. This would be a scenario for me to open up a new short hedge position, since on the bigger time frames we can still see that there's massive amount of liquidations sitting below the $25,000 level that have not been caught yet. So as said, a quick pump would only be a very short-term move within the next week, in my opinion, if we are even seeing that. Otherwise, I mean, we are breaking down. I will open new swing long positions. I will scale up my swing long positions, and I will potentially miss out on a short opportunity in the case that we really dump rapidly below our $25,000 level. Now, guys, make sure you join our free community. It's at the very top of the video description. Make sure you verify yourself through cryptomo.io so we don't have any bots, so that we can track your volume for the leaderboard prices and so on. As said, next week, this current month, it's only $15,000 in prices. Next month, it will be $35,000 in prices in total. It's possible, if I maybe even add another partner here to the Crypto.io community, that we could even get up to $50,000 in prices for people that are trading actively in the community. Make use of it. You're getting reduced trading fees, lowest fees on the market through the community, actually on the exchanges that I trade on as well. You just get bonus information from myself. You can ask me questions. You can chat asset with other people. You can share chart ideas and so on and so on. And yeah, I would say we are actually going to see us in the next video now. Till then, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And we are going to see us. Bye bye, guys.